So I was thinking the other day about all the crazy laws that are going to be put in place once this uncertainty period is over. Are we still going to be able to travel? Will there be travel bans? Are we going to be expected to wear those masks until the end of our days? As someone who has lived in France for about 3 years, I thought I would give it a go and see what kind of crazy laws and habits and customs the French people have been cooking up all these years. This video has been made in partnership with my mother, who is heavily into doing research on topics such as these and has had a lot of couch time under her belt as of lately. My name is Elena. I typically make travel videos and as of lately more home and self-care videos. So if you would like to see more, please don't forget to subscribe, and here we go. So starting off with the crazy laws, apparently in France it is forbidden to name somebody Napoleon. Otherwise, the law allows for people to name their pigs with any politician's name that they like best. All citizens must have a stack of hay just in case the king passes by in front of their house. Since the king has upgraded to the president and the horse has been upgraded to some kind of luxury limousine, I guess a gallon of oil will do as well. A law from 1799 is forbidding women in France to wear pants unless they're riding a horse or a bicycle. Now, everybody knows Coco Chanel. She brought a law to history when about 100 years ago she reinvented the pants and the pantsuits. By doing that, actually, she brought it in fashion, and it was a clear defiance of French law. Kissing is forbidden on train tracks. That one is actually probably for the best. France, you cannot photograph police officers or police cars even though they are in the background. No comment. In the village of Sartre in southwest France, the mayor has forbidden citizens to die. In 2008, the mayor of this village has published a decree according to which anyone who has an eternal resting place in the cemetery and wishes to be buried in Sartre, they are forbidden to die within city limits. Yeah, that crystal ball saying when I'm about to die would come really in handy right now. In Paris, an ashtray or a trash bin can be considered as deadly weapons. Should we consider sanitary workers also bomb diffusers? Now remember that all of these laws still exist. They're still written in the civilian code, and you can still get charged if you do not respect them. Here's another golden one. There is a law that says that all women that wish to dress like a man must present themselves over at the police headquarters to get an authorization, and this can only be issued based on a certificate of a mental health specialist. Remember all of those boyfriend jeans we have been wearing for such a long time now? I was actually wondering if we're crazy for doing that or not. In France, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., 70% of all music played on the radio must be French music. Now, I feel like we can make fun of these laws endlessly, but there are also another few facts that I would like to share with you about France. So not a lot of people know that actually the French language was the official language in England for about 300 years. Actually started in 1066 when William the Conqueror has invaded England, and it lasted all the way up until 1362 when the British Parliament has introduced a special law to replace the French language with the English language. Back in the day of Louis XIV, who has occupied the French throne for a whopping 72 years, also known as Le Roi Soleil, basically translating as the Sun King, he was declared France's one of the most extravagant monarchs to have ever lived. During his time on the throne, he's had the whole world spin around him, which gave him the opportunity to invent some pretty weird jobs. The supreme guard of the king's ties, or the commander of bedsheets. Another piece of very interesting information that I found is related to the Eiffel Tower. Even though today it is one of the most appreciated monuments around the world, it was actually built for an exhibit back in the 1900s, and it was supposed to be dismantled and sold for parts afterwards. Seeing how it proved to be quite useful as a telecommunications tower, it was eventually left for another 20 years, up until which point lovers around the world made it the most romantic place to be. We all love those Paris bridges, am I right? The oldest bridge built in Paris dates back to the 1500s, and it is actually called the Pont Neuf, which basically means new bridge. Aside from all the jokes about it being an old bridge with a new bridge name, what no one really knows is that Henrik IV who inaugurated the bridge, actually named it this way because it's built out of stone, which was meant to protect people walking on foot from the mud and the dust coming from the carriages and the horses. Now, there are also a bunch of records that France is responsible for. France has won the most Nobel Prizes for literature, more than any other countries in the world. It is the largest producer of both nuclear energy and wine, a champion in cheese, has won several world championships in football, has the largest number of ski resorts in Europe. And well, I mean, then there's the pastries, which is just the cherry on top of the cake. So there you have it, a few fun facts and a few crazy laws about France. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And I'm waiting to hear from you in the comment section down below. Please tell me which one of these was your favorite, and do you know about any others that I might have missed? Have a good day, and I can't wait to see you soon.